Good evening, friends, followers, and channel members. Here we are in Gatwick again. Take 2 tonight as we head, hopefully, to the south of France without too many technical issues. So one of the huge things that has changed between yesterday and today, for those that may be unfamiliar with the channel, you'll know that the internet that we basically had down here in the office was Wi-Fi. Well, today we're finally on Ethernet, and it has trebled the bandwidth that we have. So fingers crossed, no more Peppa Pig moments, as Simon has already stated there. Good evening, Simon. Hope you're well. Yeah, we should be fine. We should also be now streaming in 1080 as well. So with a bit of luck, you should have a little bit more quality in the stream as well. So fingers crossed for that. And a big welcome to everybody in the chat this evening. So good evening to let's have a quick look. Who have we got? Good evening, Oki, LG Lambs, Wayne. Good to see us. Lewis Aviation as well. Simon again. Pilot Pat. Good evening. Christian, Darks, and Cy Heaton and Assassin YT. Good evening to you all this fine Sunday evening. So it's the end of the school holidays here in the UK. Thank the Lord. However, my lad's actually got an inset day tomorrow, so I've still got an extra day to go before we get any sort of peace here in our household. Never mind. So the operational flight plan for tonight has already been pinned in the chat, so hopefully you guys can all see that. If anyone wants to download that, we are currently at stand 107 at London Gatwick, as you can see, and it's very busy. We've got air traffic control all around us this evening, so the ground's online, tower departure, London control as well, and I think we've got some ATC in France as well, so we could have quite a busy evening. So really looking forward to doing this real ops flight view. It is as well a real world flight, this one. Nice to be able to do another real world flight as they were rather few and far between during the peak of COVID. Obviously still well below the amount of flights that we should be getting in the real world, but let's start to pray that things get better and better over the next few months. Cy Heaton, yes, this is Flight Sim 2020, Cy, yes it is. Apple the Gamer, good evening to you as well. Dark Fury, hope you're well. HD, good evening. Oh, I'm glad you're online. I could do some up-to-date performance calcs. I was checking the ones you gave us yesterday. They probably would still be valid in all fairness. I think QNH is one less. But and the takeoff weight was absolutely fine for the new operational flight plan. But yeah, if we get some once we've confirmed that takeoff weight, if we get some more accurate performance figures, that would be grand. So we should probably start setting up, shouldn't we? Let me just check that you guys can see my cursor. There we go. So cursor is now available. Let's hop on in. So as you can already see, lots and lots of traffic lots and lots of traffic is around at the moment, and our QNH is 1013. Information India is currently valid, and that's Gatwick to Montpellier, probably by the Bognor 1 X-ray departure. There we go. So have we got the GPU? I think GPU is just on its way. I can see that starting to head towards us. I love this scenery at Gatwick. It is so good. HD, yeah, that's all I would have done. I'd have knocked it a degree off the flex. Had you not been around, but we can still do that, can't we? Right, so with that available, let's get batteries 1, batteries 2, get the external power connected,
about to land
and
on runway 27.
we're on, that's currently on Unicom, isn't it? Let me just change that over so we don't get any ATC distractions until we want them, of course. Okay, so let's get the oxygen supply on, CRV test. There we go. And we've got 1, 2, 3 nav lights, no smoking. Arm the emergency lights, and we'll just halt there as we will probably need to defuel. So let's just come down here. So the operational flight plan that I've given you guys, looking at the weather, I've already gone ahead and checked this before the stream tonight, but the weather, if I just scroll up, in Montpellier shouldn't be too much of a problem. The biggest problem we've probably got is the amount of traffic here at Gatwick. So if we just have a look there, destination, airport, they're the no times. I've scrolled past the weather. Ah, there it is. Yeah, so as you can see, ceiling visibility is fine. Winds are slightly changing direction, but we're now coming in from the south. So runway change a little bit from what we initially planned to do yesterday, but that's that should be no biggie. If anything, this approach actually is a little bit easier. This is a ILS approach now rather than a IMP approach. But yeah, ceiling and visibility should be fine. And let's have a look then. What have we got? So plough block fuel is 6.2. Well, if we took 7 tons, we should have more than enough to be safe, and that includes some holding time here at Gatwick, of course, as well. So let's go with 7 tons of fuel or thereabouts, and there we go. Set that to real time, and that's defueling now. Let's crack on then. We can do the engine fire test. Engine 1, engine 2, and the APU. There we go. So with all that set and happy, let's get the QNH set in. 1, 0, 2, 3. And check anti-skid is also on. Come down to the pedestal, switching panel, audio control panel, check the guard frequency is on 1215, which it is. Check those thrust levers, engine masters, engine mode selectors, parking brake of course is on. And in fact I am just going to check this. Imagine we've just got chocks set for the moment. Do I have the oh no, I thought I'd assigned a key to the parking brakes. Never mind, I'll do that for next time. And transponder is set. So with that, then we can move up to the glare shield, and let's just turn that on. In fact, you know what? It may be bright at the moment, but it's going to get dark, so I'm going to turn the overhead panel lighting on as well. Same on here for the FCU. 1, 0, 2, 3. Flight directors 1 and 2. We'll get those on, and then let's set the main instrument panels. Probably don't need turning all the way up as it's dusk at the moment. HD, yes, it'd be nice, wouldn't it, if it could be, if we could leave it sort of what we shut down at last time, which I don't think is beyond the realms of the Fly-by-Wire team. They've started doing it with the radios, haven't they? So we can see guard frequencies always in, and as you heard right at the start of the stream, the Unicorn frequency was laid in. So I think there is a way that they will do that at some point, because starting with 9 tons every flight isn't very realistic, is it? So we've just turned the first officer screens off as per usual. Iris alignment in 6 minutes. Ecam status is normal. Let's come down then and start getting some stuff from SimBrief. Just before I do that, it's time to start welcoming our passengers on board. And is the jetway connected? Yes, it is. So let's start welcoming our passengers who are going for a holiday in the amber list country, the south of France. Cabin crew refueling is underway and the bags start to get loaded, so let's open the doors and allow our passengers on board. Thank you.
No problem.
So then, let's get information from SimBrief here into the simulator. 1 hour 29 minutes flight time this evening, so plenty of time to have a good chat during the cruise. Shouldn't be too rushed once we're out of London airspace. And let's go back to the AOC menu, performance, weight and balance. Here we go. So then let's have a look at the operational flight plan. Check these match up again. That's pinned at the top of the chat in YouTube if you wish to avail yourself of that. So 17784 is the payload, 0 fuel weight to 58.8, and 0 fuel weight center of gravity we can leave at 30. Let's select that and load that in. And just check that has been loaded. Yeah, the passenger weights are now in. We can now actually scroll around as well. I don't know when they updated this as Obo, but with the last sim update, whenever you were in one of the preset views, you couldn't pan around, which was a little bit of a pain because it meant I couldn't look up and down and check a few things, but obviously we can now. So let's go to the data page, check we've got LEAP engines for the 320 Neo, valid ARX cycle, then onto the init page, init request. See the information that it pulls through. Here we go. So the alternates then for this this evening is Nice, Lima, Fox, Mike, November. Pop that in. The flight number may be U28057, but that's not our call sign. Our call sign tonight, again, a real call sign, is Easy29 Charlie Delta. I like that call sign. That's a nice easy call sign that rolls off the tongue rather than having Quebecs and all the other Novembers, things like that. Cost index of 8, flight level 390 and minus 57. The temperature, the tropo is 30. In fact, that's pretty close. That's within 100 feet, so happy with that. We can leave that. So the flight plan, so we're expecting departure runway 26 left, and it should be the Bogner 1 X-ray departure. We'll confirm that with air traffic control, of course. Bogner 1 X-ray, insert. At the other end then, arriving runway 30 right, which should be ILS, 30 right Zulu. And that should be the Men 6 Tango. Men 6 Tango. And insert. Actually, just pop no veers in there, as I don't think we're meant to fly straight over the aerodrome for that one. We'll vector ourselves in anyway. I've had a brief look at this prior to the stream, and that should work okay. Alright, so that's all coded in. Let me just check. We've got a distance of 527 here in the navigation computer, and we've got 562 in the operational flight plan, so about 40 miles discrepancy there. However, we'll check that on the navigation page once the ideas are finished aligning. Make sure that make sure that's all okay. Next thing to do is let's have a look at the RadNav page, and do we need to pop anything in there? Let's open the Navigraph charts and have a look at our departure. So with the RNAV departure, there's nothing that we really need there. Obviously, you can see the departure route here. We've got a max speed of 220 until we get to Kilo 17, but we'll talk about that a little bit later on. So that's all right. What we could potentially do is we could put the departure frequency in here. That just helps us get the correct FMAs on departure. However, I have seen that FlyByWire are working on that. That should start to be pulled in automatically very soon. So onto the init B page, and there's our zero fuel weight, and there's our zero fuel weight central of gravity taken from the aircraft, so we know that to be accurate. Trip wind is a headwind of 4, so it's almost negligible, isn't it? But we'll pop it in. So fuel planning, aircraft says 5.2, and we've got 7 tons. So let's pop that in, 7.0. And just wait a second for this. HD, I think the calculation you sent yesterday was up to 66 tons, I think it was, wasn't it? So that's still valid. The alternate should be about 1.7 tons of fuel. So let's pop that in. And that gives an extra 41 minutes of flying time, or here at Gatwick, holding time. Depending on how long it's going to take. There is a lot of traffic here, as we've already seen. That GPS primary, let's just clear the scratch pad. So the performance then, let's have a quick look and grab the performance information. Transition altitude today is 6,000 feet. Thrust reduction and acceleration is 1196, so yeah, rounded up 1,200. Happy to take that, work with that. Flaps 1 for departure. Flex temp is, I've got 64 here, however that was yesterday. It's 1 hectopascal less, so let's go with 63 for our flex temp, and then we'll check out these V speeds. So let's see what we get. These are actually much lower than the real world ones, so we'll put the real world ones in. So 146, and VR is 145. V1 also 145. There we go. Right, so this is interesting. In HD I'm going to just run this by you. So let me just pull these charts back up. Now I'm looking at this departure. Where's it gone? It just takes a moment for that to load every time, doesn't it? So as you can see, we've got a max speed out of Gatwick on this departure of 220 knots. Now the minimum clean speed is 217. Well, there's only 3 knots difference there, so I would be inclined, so as not to break that, to fly at S speed basically of 194. So HD, are you in agreement with that? We'll depart and fly at 194 rather than trying to hold 127. I shall wait for you to come back on that for me. So whilst HD just types a response into that, the pilot monitoring for this evening. So there's our takeoff performance all done. With that then, let's talk about our actual departure. So we're currently parked at stand 107. I'm going to presume we shall push back and be facing east, and then we're going to be told to taxi down, and we can depart. We need to tell ATC we can depart via the Bravo intersection rather than coming all the way around on Alpha. So we'll let ATC know that we can accept a Bravo departure. If they send us by Alpha, it's okay. We just get a few extra meters of runway to play with, which is no bad thing. So HD's response, good idea, but feel free to do that, but you'd still fly 127, so you'd fly green dot. It's still 3 knots slower. As long as the auto thrust does its job, it should be fine. Well, that's the caveat, isn't it? Tell you what, we can try, can't we? So let's we'll go 217, in which case just move that over. We should be able to go next phase and pre-select, shouldn't we? 217. Pop that in there, and we shall see if auto thrust does indeed do its job. So that's how we should taxi, and then we just spoke about this departure. So RNAV departure, autopilot can be turned on nice and early, not flying with raw data or anything daft like that, but no turns below 710 knots. this max speed up until Kilo Kilo Sierra 17, then we can go back to managed speed 250 knots below 10,000 feet, and we're pretty much on our way. We'll probably get a initial climb clearance of 6,000 feet, as you can see from the charts, and then I don't expect to hold 6,000 feet all the way to Bognor. That should be fine. HD are the speed constraints in the flight plan. Let's have a quick look, shall we? They don't show them. They don't show them, you know, but hang on, just bear with me. If we come up here, turn the constraints on, I need to select the set the FDU anyway, FCU rather. There we go. Let me just zoom out and look at the plan. No, they're not. They're not HD. You can see sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. So there we are. So in that case, we'll see if autothrust does its job, and then yeah, as HD just said, we can start to accelerate past 220 after Kilo Kilo Sierra 11. Right, let's get that back into arc mode. Set that. So then, other things to be aware of is the overall weather here. Now, if we just come down, we can have a look at the latest METAR showing just there, but ceiling visibility is okay. Our takeoff weight of it's just under 66 tons, so we're below the maximum landing weight. If we have a problem on departure, then we will turn left at 1,700 feet to the Willow holding point, and we'll hold at Willow to look and return here to London Gatwick. Threats to be aware of, apart from that little speed restriction which I have already flagged up. The threat here is the inbound traffic from the south. Yeah, very congested airspace at Gatwick, even probably more congested here on VATSIM than it is in the real world, sadly, but something to be aware of. And it is really nice that TCAS works. This is really going to put TCAS to the test, isn't it? And see how that works. So I'm just going to double check the latest ATIS from them, and information Juliet is now current. QNH is still 1013, but we are on information Juliet, which I'm going to need in a moment when we contact air traffic control. And we'll get our initial clearance and climb limit. Also, one thing I've yet to flag up, if I bring the charts back up, the minimum safe altitude around us for our departure, bring that on the chart, is 2,100 feet. Okay, let's tune the ground. Are they still online? 121.8. Yes, they are.
Correct.
And then we have to see if we can get a word in edgeways, given how big it's busy it is.
Oscar Delta, Cessna citation, south apron, cross clearance to Paris.
Go for Oscar Delta, background, hello, standby, Gatwick, Easyjet and Easyjet Romeo, Canada taxi stand 54 via Romeo and Lima.
Thanks, 54 via Romeo, Lima, Easyjet and Juliet Romeo.
Hello, Captain. Everyone is now on board and we're all set back here. Doors are closed and everyone is seated.
Squawk 7021.
Cleared to Paris, Charles de Gaulle, Hardy 1 X-ray departure, 7021 on the Squawk, Golf Papa Oscar Delta.
Go for Oscar Delta, correct, QNH 1023.
1023, Golf Oscar Delta.
Gatwick ground, good evening, Easy29, Charlie Delta, stand 107, type A320 Neo, requesting for clearance to Montpellier as filed, and we have information Juliet.
Easy29, Charlie Delta, background, hello, cleared to Lima Foxtrot, Mike Tango, Bognor 1 X-ray departure, Squawk 1173.
Cleared via the Bognor 1 X-ray, Squawk 1173, Easy29 Charlie Delta.
AC29 Charlie Delta, correct, playback, escort 205, aircraft, hello. Please confirm your aircraft type.
So 1173, 5,000 feet the initial clearance.
Escort 205, clear to Paris, Charles de Gaulle, Hardy 1X.
Passengers are now on board. APU's firing up. Jetway can go. Doors are closed. APU's available.
205, correct.
We can disconnect the external power.
Iberia 7 ready for taxi.
Iberia 87, Roger, taxi via Quebec Alpha, hold short, Lima.
Phil on Facebook, indeed, this is VATSIM.
Gatwick ground, good evening. Ryanair 2 Yankee Charlie, stand at 190. We have Juliet QNH 1023 737-800 clearance to Dublin, please.
Cabin crew, we're all ready to go, so please arm the doors and cross-check. Thank you.
Ryanair 2 Yankee Charlie, Gatwick ground, hello, clear to Dublin, nav mark 1 X-ray departure, squawk 4447.
Clear Dublin, November 1 X-ray, squawk 4447, Ryanair 2 Yankee Charlie.
Okay,
Papa Oscar, Delta request landing start.
so everything's looking good from this point of view, and we can now look to run our before start checklist. So our cockpit preparation is all completed.
Escort 205, Roger, start of approved.
Signs on and auto. Our ideas, check, we've just got 3 nav green there. Yep,
Papa Oscar,
all
Delta
aligned.
ready for push and start.
Fuel quantity 7 tons, jet loaded and balanced.
Ready for taxi.
FMGS is all set.
Ready for taxi,
Altimeter 1023.
Iberia
All set and
87,
cross
clear
checked.
taxi, holding point Alpha 3 via Lima, Papa and Alpha November.
Okay, so with everything happy there, we'll welcome our passengers and then we shall
holding point Alpha 3 via
contact
Lima,
ATC to get our
Papa,
pushback
and
clearance.
November, Iberia 7.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck this morning, let me welcome you on board this Easyjet aircraft.
ready for push and start.
It's going to be a most enjoyable flight. The weather today doesn't look posing much of a problem.
F1 stand 24, position start above space 8.
And as the cabin crew continues to assist them by getting yourselves sat down, your seatbelts fastened, and make yourselves nice and comfortable. The ground crew have now finished loading the aircraft, and we're just about finished with all our pre-flight checks, so it won't be long until we are pushing back. If you could please give the cabin crew
AZ454, background, hello, clear to Newcastle, number 6 Mike departure, scope
So on behalf of myself and the first
646.
officer, we'd like to say thank you for choosing Easyjet today, and we look forward to giving you a safe flight.
Okay,
AZ454, correct.
let's tell the guys we're ready to go and we'll start bringing the tug.
Virgin 15 Alpha ready for push and start.
Virgin 15
Here he comes.
Alpha, Roger, standby.
Gatwick ground, easy, 29 Charlie Delta is ready for push and start.
AC29 Charlie Delta, stand 10 push and start approved, face east.
Push and start approved facing east for easy, 29 Charlie Delta and confirm 109. Yeah, for some reason I thought we were staying 107, but we're pushing back now. So let's get the rotating beacon lights on. Nozzle steering is disconnected. Start the timer.
AC89 Tango Delta,
High pressure,
cleared to Paris
transponder,
Hardy 1 X-ray departure, squawk 6
and
4
release the
7
parking brake. Let's begin.
Cleared to Gaulle, Hardy 1 X-ray, squawk 6475, Easyjet Tango.
So engine mode selected to ignition and starting engine
5
1.
standby, February AC89 Tango Delta, correct, QNH 1023.
1023, Easyjet Tango.
Classical Lufthansa 326 from Airport Taxi.
Lufthansa 326, standby, February Iberia 87, contact Gatwick Tower 124.225, right?
Not so sure we should be pushing back right at this moment with that Lufthansa just there. We might just give that a second, shall we?
Escort 205, taxi holding point, Yankee 1, runway 2.
This is why it's always worth popping outside to push back. I know it's nice to do it in the cabin, but the truck driver would be watching, of course, in real life.
A safety card is in your seat pocket.
Golf Oscar Delta, ready for taxi.
Oxygen masks, life jackets, and brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace.
Taxi holding point,
There are two
Alpha 3,
emergency
via
exits at the
Kilo,
rear,
Papa,
or in
and
the middle,
Alpha November.
and two at the front of the cabin. Floor lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board.
Gatwick,
Your seatbelt
Brown,
is fastened,
Tango, Sierra Zulu
adjusted,
12, stand 112 with information Juliet,
It
request
must be
IFR
fastened when the
clear
seatbelt
to
signs are on,
Montpellier.
and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times.
Tango Select 012
If
back
the
from
air supply
Stand
fails, masks will
5
drop
Quebec,
from
go
above.
for Oscar Delta,
Pull a
taxi
mask
holding
towards
point,
you to
Yankee
start
1,
oxygen.
via Yankee.
Put the mask over your nose.
Yankee 1B Yankee, Golf Oscar Delta.
So that Lufthansa's now just starting to move.
Pull on each side to adjust.
We'll give them a little bit of breathing room.
Before helping
Yeah,
others.
Escort 205 for contact Gatwick Tower 124 decimal 25. Bye.
Put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist. Click together.
Virgin
And pull the
15
strap
Alpha,
to adjust.
up to the
Starting
Do not
engine 2.
inflate
Transfer
it
Airbus
inside
20,
the
passes
aircraft.
behind from left to
When
right.
outside,
Stand
inflate
105,
the point
position
at the top.
approved, space is.
If it fails to inflate or needs
After the depart, taxi Lufthansa east to west, west to east, taxi pushback and start facing east. Virgin 15
the
Alpha.
tray table must now be stowed, armrest down, window blinds open, and seatbelt fastened. We wish you a pleasant flight.
Easyjet and Tango Delta, stand by. Prefect, go for Oscar Delta, contact Gatwick Tower 124 decimal 25. Bye. Good day.
124, 225, goodbye.
HD, I need to provide a Nightbot response, I think, that we can just call up.
Gatwick Ground, Tango, Sierra Zulu 12, stand 112 with information Juliet, request IFR to Montpellier.
Tango Select is stand by. Prefect, Easyjet and Tango Delta, stand 552, push and start approved, face east.
Push start, please face east, Easyjet, not Tango South.
Lufthansa 326, contact Gatwick Tower 124 decimal 25. Bye.
Lufthansa 326, Gatwick Tower 124, 225.
Tango Select 012, clears to Lima Foxtrot Mike Tango, Bokna 1 X-ray departure, squawk 4230.
Sorry, could you repeat the swap code, please?
FM squawk 4230.
Okay, let's get the parking brake on,
Clear to Montpellier.
and
departure
let's
London,
check
X-ray,
the CAG,
squawk 4230,
which is
Tango Sierra
29.9.
Zulu 12.
Just confirm it's Bokna 1 X-ray departure.
And engine 2 is stabilized. So
Departure
engine
via
mode select
Bogna,
to
1
ignition.
X-ray, departure.
APU bleed
Right,
off,
ready to
ground control off, APU master can come off. Oh, we didn't lock the flight deck doors.
F170, ready to taxi.
And
F170,
29,
Roger, taxi
8,
on point, Mike 1,
plus,
186,
there we go.
via Easyjet and Mike. Taxi to Mike 1, runway 26,
So I have to start checklist. Anti-ice is off, ecom status is checked, and the pitch trim is 29.9, rudder is 0. Let's do a flight control check whilst we're here. Full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, rudder, full right, rudder, full left, and neutral. So our pushback tug is now clear. Let's get our taxi clearance. Gatwick ground, easy 29 Charlie Delta is ready for taxi, and we can take intersection Bravo for departure.
AC 29 Charlie Delta, Roger, standby, Quebec F1710.
HD, yeah, if I can do it quickly, we've just been told to hold, so go ahead.
24.225, F1710, goodbye.
Gatwick ground, Virgin 15 Alpha, ready for taxi. We can take intersection Bravo, if possible.
Virgin 15 Alpha, taxi on a point, Bravo 1, runway to the left, via Kilo and Papa.
Let's have a look.
Taxi to holding point Bravo 1 by Kilo 1 Papa, Virgin 15 Alpha.
Easyjet and Tango Hotels ready to taxi.
Easyjet and Tango Delta, stand by, break, AC29 Charlie Delta, taxi holding point Alpha 2 via Kilo, Papa and Alpha Sierra.
Holding point for Alpha 2 via Kilo Papa and Alpha Sierra for Easy29 Charlie Delta.
Easyjet Tango Delta, taxi by Lima and Papa, hold short Kilo.
Lima Papa short Kilo.
HD, it did, yeah. Can you just check that flex temp for me?
Request push and
I
start.
got interrupted by air traffic control there.
Runway to Yankee Charlie, stand 1.
So I may put an incorrect one in. I've put 64 in, I think that's right.
To west, runway to Yankee Charlie.
Was it 63? You've just answered what I asked for. Thank you. Let's do that.
AC454 standby, Quebec Virgin 15 Alpha, contact Gatwick Tower 124.225. Bye, good day.
Contact Tower 124.225, maximum service, goodbye, Virgin 15 Alpha.
AC454, hold position, offer a company Airbus A320 Neo, passes left to right, stand 104, push and start approved, face east.
So we're taxiing here on Kilo. We're going to go right on Papa in a moment.
Negative, face east.
So departure briefing. Performance is fine. QNH to 1023. Engine up procedures left turn at 1,700 feet to holding point Willow. Departure matches what we've got with different GC. Stop climb is 5,000 feet.
EC29 Charlie Delta, contact Gatwick Tower 124.225. Bye, good day. EC29 Charlie Delta, contact Tower 124.225. Bye.
124.225 at Easy29 Charlie Delta. Bye bye.
Easyjet Tango Delta, clear taxi holding point Alpha 2 via.
Virgin 15 Alpha, get us hello, hold it at Bravo 1.
Hold it Bravo 1, Virgin 15 Alpha.
And this is where I have to be very careful with my taxi at this point, because there's a little bit of a maze intersection. HD will know about this.
Traffic, say Lufthansa about A320, they come reception on the island, turn about 8 miles, we'll be following him.
Roger, copy traffic, come report ready to service.
We haven't got the taxi lights on. Gatwick Tower, good evening. Easy29 Charlie Delta, taxiing now on Papa.
Easy29 Charlie Delta, roger, taxi holding point if you can, Alpha 2, if not Alpha 3.
Holding point Alpha 2 for Easy29 Charlie Delta.
Go Papa Alpha, report we had the Lufthansa about A320.
Traffic inside Golf Papa Alpha.
Golf Oscar Delta, runway 26 left, clears for takeoff.
So this first left is...
Clear for takeoff, 26 left, Golf Oscar Delta.
Zulu.
Lufthansa 666 to continue straight ahead, second right on Juliet,
and then the next left is Alpha November. After that, it's Alpha Sierra, which is where I think he wants to take us on to, doesn't it? We've got the Virgin in the way.
Good evening, Lufthansa 1055 on local ILS runway 26 left.
I think it's Alpha Sierra HD. So I think he wants us to go left after the Virgin and hold Alpha 2, which is just down here.
Lufthansa 1055, runway 26 left, left land, 1720.
Once he gets them on, we'll just double check he wants us to taxi behind the Virgin.
Left, Lufthansa 1055.
Golf Oscar Delta, contact Gatwick Director 126 825.
126 825, goodbye.
Golf Papa Alpha, number 2 to the Lufthansa Airbus A320, just turning down your right-hand
We can
side.
tell them that we can just depart via Bravo, which is where I believe the Virgin has been sent. And Tower Easy 29 Charlie Delta, holding behind the 320 Virgin at the moment. We can take intersection Bravo for departure if that's any good to you.
Lufthansa 326, behind the company behind the landing company A320 short final. Right Alpha, line up on wake runway 2 to left behind.
He's obviously very busy at the moment though.
Line up behind runway 2 to left behind.
Easy 29 Charlie Delta, Roger. Then to Bravo 1 then, please.
Roger, we'll hold Bravo 1 here for Easy 29 Charlie Delta. So we'll just get a little bit closer then to the Virgin, because of obviously if there's aircraft behind us, we don't want to be blocking the taxiway.
Go Papa Oscar,
Go Papa Oscar, Roger. Continue approach 1 to vacate 1 to depart ahead.
Continue approach Go Papa Alpha.
Lufthansa 1055, vacate next right, vacate to right please, exit right, traffic departing, traffic to right behind you.
So whilst we're sat here, let's run the before takeoff checklist. Flight controls are checked, departure briefing has been confirmed. Flap setting config 1, FMA takeoff data 145 blue, 146 magenta, climb nav blue, 5000 blue, 152,
Permission to go Alpha November, Alpha Sierra.
and flex is 63.
Lufthansa 326, traffic 2 mile final, runway 2 to left clear takeoff, descent 200 degrees 5 knots.
HD, that's a great tip. The wing shouldn't be larger than the window. I like that.
The 89 Tango Tower, Roger, can get past the company, taxi Alpha November, hold Alpha 1.
Alpha November, Alpha 1 if we can get past Easyjet. Oh, cheers.
In which case, bear with me. We are slightly to the right of that taxi line.
1315 Alpha, behind the landing gear 28 short final, via Bravo 1, line up on wake runway 2 to left behind.
How's that? A little bit closer.
Can you repeat that for Virgin 15 Alpha?
Virgin 15 Alpha, behind the landing gear 28 short final, right Bravo 1, line up on wake runway 2 to left behind.
Right, let's get the departure frequency in.
The landing A320, line up on the runway via Bravo 1, line up on way behind.
126.825 I think is our departure frequency.
Easy 89 Tango Hotel, taxi Alpha 1.
Sorry, it's 126. Yeah, 126.825. So we've got that on the standby. So we're not going to have very long here. Once we get our permission to depart. So let's check. Our brake temperatures are fine. We'll obviously get the takeoff line up for clearance. Quick check that the approach path will be clear once we get there, and we want to get the lights. On. This is where 2 pilots is really good. If we need to be quick, of course, then
Easy 89 Tango Hotel behind the departing.
We'll get the strobe lights on. I'm not worried too much about the others. Depends what's also coming into land as well, doesn't it?
Behind the departing Virgin Atlantic, right Alpha, line up away 26F behind Easyjet Atlantic Hotel.
What's that just coming in? Is that a Cessna? It's busy at Gatwick tonight. Good job we loaded that extra fuel, right? So let's get a little bit closer, and we're now holding at is it Bravo 1?
Got proper Alpha vacate next right, ground 128.
Vacating with ground 121, that's right, Alpha Alpha. Thanks, bye-bye.
Welcome, bye-bye, thanks for flying in.
Gatwick Tower, good evening, 454 with you at Mike 1.
8444, tell hello, hold Mike 1. 1315 Alpha, 26 left, clear takeoff, 72005.
Cleared for takeoff, Virgin 15 Alpha.
Keep an eye out my left window to see what's coming in. We've got a company 320.
710, pull forward, hold Mike 1.
Roger,
So he may get us out after this. And let's see.
Easy 29 Charlie Delta behind, departing Easyjet A320 from the full length. Via Bravo 1, line up weight, runway 26 left behind.
Behind the departing company A320, via Bravo 1, line up and wait behind the Easyjet, Easy 29 Charlie Delta. So as we line up, we're going to be following this taxi line round here on the left.
That's Easy 29 Charlie Delta. Line up clearance cancelled, hold Bravo 1.
Roger, we'll continue to hold here at Bravo 1 for Easy 29 Charlie Delta.
Just saying there's an aircraft on final, so probably won't be able to get you two away.
No problem, Charlie Delta.
Tower, good evening, Runner to Yankee Charlie on Mike.
Right, Yankee Charlie, Tower, hello, hold at Mike 3.
Hold Mike 3, you're right.
And Swedish AF, thank you very much, sir, for your
Easy 89 Tango Hotel,
for your donation. Sorry, I am listening to air traffic control, but Swedish AF says, love the streams, they help out so much, you're very welcome.
Easy 29 Charlie Delta, you ready for the immediate?
Charlie Delta, Roger, immediate departure.
Roger, Easy 29 Charlie Delta, we'll stick with the original plan then, via this departing company A320, via Bravo 1, line up and wait 26 left behind.
We'll line up and wait, 26 left behind the departing company. Line up and wait behind, Charlie Delta.
Tower, good evening, North Shuttle 4 Yankee Kilo, holding behind the aircraft on Papa.
Not Shuttle 4 Yankee Kilo gets out hello, not too sure why he's holding there, he's not still on my frequency, but just hold there for now.
Roger, we'll continue holding, I think ground just handed him off to you, North Shuttle 4 Yankee Kilo.
So before takeoff, checklist below the line. Cabin secured.
North Shuttle 4 Yankee Kilo, taxi, Papa Alpha.
Engine mode select to normal. Get those packs off.
November Alpha 3, North Shuttle 4 Yankee Kilo.
Shamrock 353 is with you on the ILS for 26 left.
Shamrock by 353, hello, continue approach runway 26 left, we'll be 1 to depart ahead.
Not quite lined up exactly there. Trying to
And
sort
on
the
Tango
packs.
Hotel, contact Gatwick to 126.825, cheerio.
126.825, speak through Easyjet and Takeoff, bye-bye.
Just waiting for that separation clearly before he can give us our takeoff clearance, and then we need to move. So the cabin secured for takeoff, engine mode selector as required, TCAS, TARA, packs off, anti-ice off.
Easy to on Tango Hotel, traffic 3 mile final, runway 26 left, there takeoff set between 20 degrees 5 knots.
Cleared for takeoff, Easy 29 Charlie Delta and 29 Charlie Delta rolling. 50% M1 and Mantoga SRS. Speed selected 217.
Line up and wait behind the landing, A320, 710.
80 knots. 100 knots.
Check.
Tango 0012, your frequency. Tango 012, holding short, Alpha 2.
Gear up. Nav.
Tango 0012, thank you. Shamrock 353, runway 26 left, clear to land, 1720, grade 5.
26 left, clear land, Shamrock.
Autopilot 1 engaged, reduce my workload.
4 Yankee Kilo, taxi Alpha 1.
Taxi Alpha 1, no shuttle 4 Yankee Kilo.
And set climb thrust.
Easy 29 Charlie Delta, contact Gatwick direct to 126.825, cheerio.
126.825, thanks for the service, Easy 29 Charlie Delta.
Cheers, thanks, up your help.
Roger, many thanks.
Gatwick director, Easy 29 Charlie Delta, runway 26 left on the Bomber 1 X-ray departure, passing 2,600.
Easy 29 Charlie Delta, Gatwick director, hello, climb now, flight level 170.
170, Easy 29 Charlie Delta.
Easy 1293, speed 220 knots or greater.
Set 170, 170 blue.
Easy 1293, speed 220 knots or greater.
Speed 220 knots or greater, Easy 1293.
Speedbird 317, speed 250 knots.
Speed 250 knots, Speedbird 317.
Thanks for spotting that. Right when the light was off.
128.875, bye-bye.
128.875, Golf Oscar Delta, goodbye.
And the speed is working beautifully. Nice that that speed selector works.
Information Kilo inbound Bithurst.
Speedbird 87 Kilo, Gatwick director, hello, landing runway 26 left, no delay.
Roger, 26 left, Speedbird 87 Kilo.
Speedbird 317, descend flight level 70, fly heading 010 degrees.
So we can look to enter managed mode in a second
Speedbird 317.
and start to accelerate away. Once we've passed Sierra 11, which is just here.
Shamrock 4 Kilo Alpha, contact tower 124.225, goodbye.
Contact tower 124.225.
Flight crew released.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end.
Speed 220 knots, descend 5,000, QNH
is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes.
0 knots, descend flight level 70.
Passing 10,000 feet. Get the lights off. Ah, dear.
Alpha, climb flight level 240.
There we go.
Climb 240, Virgin 15 Alpha.
And
1293, descend to altitude
select manage speed.
3000 feet, Easy 1293.
Easyjet Tango Hotel, climb flight level 240.
And there is our busy Gatwick.
Easyjet Tango Hotel, correction, climb flight level 230.
230, Easyjet Tango Hotel.
Lufthansa 326, contact Brussels 131.1, bye-bye.
Lufthansa 326 on the 131, thank you.
Easyjet 249, fly heading 020 degrees.
And once again, you can hear how busy air traffic control is tonight. It's great.
Easyjet 249, fly heading 020 degrees.
Combrink, are you Streamlabs?
Lufthansa, correction, Speedbird 317, descend to altitude 4,000 feet.
4,000, Speedbird 317.
Virgin 15 Alpha, contact Paris 128.875, bye-bye.
Contact Paris on 128.875, thank you for your service, goodbye.
Easy 1293, turn left, heading 29 degrees, descend to altitude 2,000 feet. Cleared ILS approach runway 26 left.
2,000 feet and turn left, can you repeat the heading, Easy 1293?
290 degrees.
290 degrees, clear to island approach, runway.
So HD, yeah, if we got to 10,000 before,
1293, speed 180 knots.
we could have accelerated as the constraints are available below 10,000 feet.
Speedbird 317, turn left, heading 285, descend to altitude 3,000 feet.
Left 285, descend 3,000, Speedbird 317.
Speedbird 87 kilo, descend flight level 80.
So let's turn the seatbelt signs off for the passengers.
Easyjet approximately 24 track will touchdown, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1024.
4,000 feet, QNH 1024, the 2 Easyjet 429. Get with your flight check with the evening Air Force 710, please talk to the one exit.
Everyone 710, Gatwick director, hello, climb now, flight level 70.
Once again, breathtaking views from Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Climb flight level 240.
240, Easy 29 Charlie Delta.
Speedbird 317, turn left heading 280 degrees. When
Set
established,
240, 240
runway
blue.
26 left, descend on the glide path.
Left 280 and clear PR left 26 left, Speedbird 317.
Easyjet 249, descend to altitude 3,000 feet, turn left heading 010 degrees.
3,000 feet, 010 degrees. We might need extended vectors just in case we can't make this.
Roger, you've got approximately 2-3 track miles to touchdown now.
Sorry, just confirm the heading.
010.
Roger, 010 is the 8, oh god, you know the call sign.
Matthew, good evening, sir. Hope you're well.
317, when established, speed 180 knots until 6 p.m.
Once established, 180.
So William St. John on Facebook. This is the VATSIM network, the Virtual Air Traffic Control Simulation Network.
180 till 6, Speedbird 317.
Easy 12903, speed 160 knots until 4.
So not just traffic in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but also X-Plane, P3D, FSX, all brought together on one network.
3,200 from 4,000 on the frame 1 mic departure.
64, flight level 160. 2 stations at once, break F1 710, expect further climb in around 4 miles.
Please,
And having the air traffic control as busy as this really adds to the immersion, doesn't it?
Easy 1293, no speed restriction, contact Gatwick Tower 124, that's 1225, bye-bye.
No speed restrictions, Gatwick Tower 124.
Pete, you're flying again today. Good to see you.
Easy 8249, speed 180 knots, and he's got plenty of track miles for the altitude.
Sorry, just right.
William, so we're still in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but we're using real, as you can hear, we've got real humans that we're talking to give us air traffic control.
It's no problem, that was going to be the plan now anyway. So fly heading 360 degrees and speed 180 knots.
360 degrees, speed 180 knots, the 8.
Matthew, you've had 3 4 a.m. wake-ups and 1 3 a.m. wake-up.
Sorry, too much stuff going on.
How many legs? In how many sectors are you flying?
Good evening, it's 9 Echo November, flight level 160, inbound Kilo Echo 64, information Kilo Airbus 390.
I'll call you back next, break speed about 87 kilos, fly heading 075.
So we are probably going to be handed over to, is it Paris or Brussels?
And station calling, say again.
In a couple of minutes.
So Easy 9 Echo November, information Kilo, flight level 160,
Let's have a
Kilo
quick look.
Echo 64.
Easy 9 Golf November, Gatwick director.
I was going to go
runway
to
26 left, no delay,
Paris, looking at that, if they're online. Boundary point is Zambab,
and we are ready for short approach.
which is about 25 miles away.
Easyjet 249, turn left heading 220 degrees.
Left 220 degrees, Easyjet for going Anna.
No shuttle 4 Yankee Kilo, Gatwick.
No shuttle 4 Yankee Kilo, we are
speed alt star.
4,000 feet.
Roger, hello, climb now, flight level 130.
Climb now, flight level 130, no shuttle 4 Yankee Kilo.
F1 710, climb flight level 240.
Climb flight level 240, F1 710.
Easyjet 9 Tango Hotel, Paris 128.875, bye-bye.
Sorry, say again, please, yeah, Tango Hotel.
Contact Paris 128.875, bye-bye.
We've got 128.875 scribbled down in front of me, we'll get on the standby.
Easy 29 Charlie Delta, contact Paris 128.875, goodbye.
128.875 for Easy 29 Charlie Delta, thanks for the service, bye bye.
Speedbird 317, contact Tower 124.325, goodbye.
Tower 124.25, good. 250 indicator Golf Oscar Delta.
Paris Centre, good evening, Easy 29 Charlie Delta, flight level 240, direct Hawk.
Bike break to station calling DC89er Tango Hotel Paris, bonsoir, identified. Clear P-Back Steiner Echo arrival, reduce speed 280 knots indicated.
P-Back Steiner Echo and 280 indicated, Easyjet.
Easy 29er Charlie Delta Paris, bonsoir, identified. Continue climb flight level 390.
Continue climb flight level 390 for Easy 29 Charlie Delta.
Ask 205, contact the Gaulle approach 121.825, bye bye.
121.825,
and first time climb 390.
Brussels control 131.1, bye.
131.19,
Bonne soirée. Golf Oscar Delta, direct to Colive.
Sorry, say again, Golf Oscar Delta.
Oscar Delta disregard.
Roger.
Right, so can anyone spot what I didn't do during the rush to take off from Gatwick? A bit frustrating, not the end of the world.
Centre, very good evening. FedEx 274 is with you.
FedEx 274 Paris, bonsoir, identified.
End of the day, I'm guessing whatever dregs of tea are left in this cup are
Echo arrival, descent flight
rather
level
cold
100.
by now.
Direct Vivax, expect a Vivax 9 Echo start arrival and descend to flight level 100. FedEx 274.
V89er Tango Hotel, descent flight level 100.
Descend now 100, Easyjet non-Tango Hotel.
And Easy89er Tango Hotel.
Thought Gamer, yeah, that's right. I didn't start the chrono on departure, rushing out of Gatwick with the aircraft 3 mile final behind me, I think it was. So yeah, I didn't do that. I think it's actually logged though, isn't it? On the in the McDo somewhere. Might need HD just to remind me where that is.
FedEx 274 on conversion, speed 250 knots indicated.
On conversion, speed to 250 as indicated, FedEx 274.
Because I can't remember.
Easy89er Tango Hotel, direct to Colive.
Start Colive, Easyjet non-Tango Hotel.
Easy 2 manor, Charlie Delta direct to D-site.
Danny Rubble, good evening, hope you're well. Pilot 05, so
Charlie Delta,
no traffic mod.
Delta India Sierra Alpha Kilo.
It's just VATSIM. No, we've not got anything in the RadNav page to clear off. HD I did, yeah, I went Toga. I know we got the flex temp in there and I went Toga.
710 Paris, bonsoir, identified, continue climb flight level 390.
Climb 390 710.
Direct Dizek, Easy 29 Charlie Delta.
Easy 2, Roger. Easy89er Tango Hotel, confirm direct to Colive, Kilo Oscar Lima, India Victor.
Wayne, your EFB is showing a copyright page for OpenStreetMap. I've not seen that before. Not sure if we've got something similar. I'll can have a quick look.
FedEx 274 turn left heading 0900
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase from our selection of fresh food available today. All details can be found in your in-flight brochure.
No, nothing there.
We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated. And if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
HD, that was a slip by me. I'm used to, I think I've just got into the habit of going toga at the moment since the flex calculator had gone down, and then with a little bit of added pressure to get out of there ASAP, I completely forgot that we could that we got the flex set. So that was just a piloting error on my behalf. We didn't need toga, of course, but we went for it anyway.
Oscar difficult.
Red clouds coming up now. So that little direct probably won't cut too much time off our flight route. It was rather a direct route anyway. If we just go to the operational flight plan, we can have a quick look at that. Yeah, so it's not too dog-legged or anything like that. And passing flight level 330, we should be at our cruise in around 5-6 minutes time. Oh, HD, is that why you wanted me to do the check? Yeah. I'll be honest, I'd not noticed that before.
X27 turn heading 210 degrees.
Right, heading 210.
So, with nice decent flight, a little decent flight time for our Sunday evening flight, and with air traffic control as well around us, then it's should be a nice evening's entertainment for us all here. Very busy in Gatwick. I've not known it like that before, unless it was a Wednesday evening when they do their midweek. They do their midweek madness every Wednesday evening. Matthew just southwest it asked for directed destination when climbing through 10,000 feet on the Trancon. The ultimate in budget airline flying.
Air France 4536 Paris, bonsoir again, identified. Descent flight level 100. Descent flight level 100.
Wow, doesn't that look great?
Golf Oscar, Delta, contact good approach 121.150, bye-bye.
121.150, Golf Oscar Delta.
How stunning does that look? What I like is the little inversion layer there of the sun, and it's not just the perfect sphere. And almost a little bit of a mirage as well coming at the bottom as it sets. Swedish AF. Now, small confession time here, guys. So, as members and viewers of the channel who visit us regularly know, Monday is always Mileage Monday. Now, we didn't do it last Monday, as it was a bank holiday, so we did one on Thursday, I think it was. We had Mileage Thursday. Whatever that is. Unfortunately, there will be no streams tomorrow. No streams tomorrow. I don't stream on a Monday night anyway, after normally doing the long haul. And I'm actually having a day out with the family tomorrow. We've got our lad who is not back at school. He's got an inset day, so we thought we're going to disappear out for the day, because hopefully everywhere should be nice and quiet. So no stream tomorrow, guys, so let's make this a good one, shall we? But we'll be back on Tuesday and Wednesday.
France 4536 after Lucky.
Lewis Aviation, good evening. Captain 79, you sure can. Jonathan, stunning is not enough to express how beautiful it is. No, quite right.
Easy 8 Tanner Tango Hotel, contact the good approach 121.150, bye bye.
121.150, Easyjet and Tango Hotel, bye bye.
FedEx 275, speed 250 knots indicated, direct to Colive.
So just so technically speaking, you think all of what you can see is a mirage. The sun's actually below the horizon. If the sun was below the horizon, you wouldn't be able to see a mirage, as far as I'm aware, because of the way the inversion works. Sort of, if you think of the old vision of a pool of water in a desert, well, that of course is actually the sky being reflected, and it's as the light from the sky comes down, approaches the warm sand, it then gets refracted back up and into your eye line. So it bends, sort of, it comes down and then comes back up again. It wouldn't go up and then come down because the inversion layer doesn't work the correct way. HD, how was the beach? Cold? Wet? What do you expect from Skegness? It did. We should have stayed home. It was 22 degrees in the sun. Pilot Pat building up your courage to get on VATSIM, and that Gatwick made you sweat. Oh yeah, Pilot Pat, I would avoid Gatwick. Mac Alt Star, as we're nearly at our cruising altitude.
Flying group 31 Papa Mike, you are not on my station.
Christy, if you calculate V-speeds flex time and you have a long runway, will the calculation give you a higher V-speed, for example, than the usual? Yes, it should, as you want to use as much of the runway as possible while still allowing time for your aircraft to stop after V1. So it's using what's called the balanced field approach. You want to use as much runway as you can over as long a time period as you can, so your engines aren't working as hard as they need to. But obviously you still need room to stop at the other end. And I've just seen HD type in something very similar.
4536 Fox sequence, turn left heading 050 degrees.
So we're about 55 miles from Dissac. And we're showing an arrival time of 21:06 at the moment. HD, the day you're echoing me is a good day. Oh, Richard Evans, Skegness. Wow, Butlins. What fun. we were going to look at going to Butlins this year, obviously not going abroad, and then I found out how much they wanted to charge to go there, and I thought, nah, I'll have a new kitchen, or at least a new ensuite. So are they the bright lights of Paris we can see down there?
FedEx 274, contact the approach 121.150, bye-bye.
Do you know what?
11150, bye-bye.
Not sure why I'm using that when I can use the...
4536, turn right,
use this instead, can't I?
Right, 1.2, XLS, 4536.
Just need the little map to update. Yeah, there it is. It is Paris.
15 Alpha, contact Paris Control 132.375, bye.
Anyway, we've got a few things to do. We're now at the top
15 Alpha, contact Paris
of
Control
our climb.
132.375, bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, we'll be delighted to hear that we're now at our cruising altitude, and we hope to give you nice views throughout the flight as we have.
Paris Control, good evening to you. Thomas Cook, to Romeo Bravo, West you're climbing flight level 240, retaining 10 full.
Any of your drinks that you may have from the cabin crew as they begin to start making.
Thomas Cook 42 Romeo Bravo Paris, bonsoir, identified, continue climb flight level 350, direct to Resby.
A reminder that Easyjetsimpilot channel members are able to access free drinks throughout the duration of the flight. Thank you, and I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the remainder of the flight.
Climbing flight level 350, and just confirm that was booked direct to Resby.
Asian.
Booked direct Resby, Thomas Cook, 42 Romeo Bravo.
Cumbrig, yeah, that was something very similar to what we were looking at. Obviously we're a family of 6, but you pay by the chalet, not by the person, so yeah, absolutely, absolute rip-off. I am not spending that money on the East Coast in Britain, particularly when we've done it several times before, so but for nowhere near as much money. Matthew, you use the Magic A card box for the numbers go in, numbers come out. I like it. Right, so what do
Control on 132.
30 miles from Dizak.
15 Alpha, thanks for the service. Bye-bye.
Danny, the OFP should be pinned at the top of the chat, I think.
Airport 4536, contact the approach 121.150, bye-bye.
Signal approach 121.15 from
Paris does look very good, doesn't it, from way up here in the sim.
Paris Center, flight line 6012, cruising at
HD, not sure if you heard earlier.
At 250 knots.
Is anywhere in the McDo the takeoff time reported? I know the off-block time is, isn't it? But I forgot to start the chrono in the rush to get out, so if it is, it would just be handy
Direct
for the
to
fuel
impact
checks.
Flight line 6012.
Prince, we're using VATSIM, so yes, it's real live on the virtual air traffic control network.
When ready, descend flight level
So Prince, the volunteers, they may not be really world air traffic controllers, although quite a few of them actually are. You can tell either those that are or those that are very, very competent at what they're doing. And I think particularly some of those that work at the Gatwick airport are incredibly good, and they have to be, given the amount of traffic Gatwick gets on the air traffic control network. Contact Paris on 13237. Thank you very much for the service. Easy 29 Charlie Delta.
Easy 29 Charlie Delta, my apologize. Bye bye, see you next time.
13237. Richard, no problem, my friend. Hope to see you again very soon. Good night. Control Easy 29 Charlie Delta, file 390 inbound DZAC.
Easy 29 Charlie Delta, very good evening.
Parish Control, Virgin 15 Alpha requesting 10 minutes out cockpit.
Virgin 15 Alpha, Roger, you can revert to the Tonicom 123
I enter you in from 122.8, thanks for the service.
Where is it normally shown? HD, is it on the... Ah, there we go. 1933. That was the time we were... oh, sorry. That was the time we were out. The time we were off was 20 minutes later. 20 minutes taxi time. So we're at DZAC now. We've just got under 5 tons. We loaded 800 tons extra, I think, compared to the OFP. Let's have a quick look then. Yeah, so we loaded... What did we load? We loaded 7 ton. Yes, we ordered 800 tons extra. We've got just under 200 kilograms contingency. So, where is DZAC? Is there? We've got just under 4 tons, so we've got 4.8 tons showing, 4.9 tons showing, so 100 kilograms extra, or 100 kilogram less used in the climb, so that worked out well. And how long have we been airborne for? About 33 minutes, I think. 33 minutes. Spot on. Tell you what, doing this, your mental arithmetic doesn't half start to kick back in from the days where you were at school. Jedis, that's a good question. Is there a there's definitely some hardware you can get. I don't know about a phone app. What I would really like would be the if the Fly-by-Wire team could somehow release I'm asking far too much here, but an app that connected your tablet to the McDo, so you could have your tablet down either on your desk or down by your right hand side, so you could just use that. I think that would be really great. So 291 miles to go. Nico, good evening. So in order to get a tablet just here, you need to have the Fly-by-Wire developer version. I'm going to turn the lights on just because I know it books HD. I'll turn them back off for the approach though. Going to need to, I know it's going to be dark. And it actually helps turn off the office lights that I've got as well. So I won't just turn the lights off in the sim, I'll turn the lights off here in the office just so my eyes can adjust ready for a nighttime landing. Christine, if they can get that to work, you'll have to buy a tablet. So I'm going to guess that we're probably not going to have... Will we have air traffic control online? That's Paris Control South. Paris Control... who else is online? REMS Control. I don't actually know what controls Montpellier. I've never been to Montpellier before. So we're going to have to start looking at some charts for the approach. HD, no, the tray table doesn't work. It did in FSX, the Aerosoft version. You could click on the tray table, and it popped out, and it popped out with all the V speeds and things like that in there, and some of the other limitations, I think.
Paris Control, so Restaurant 710, flight number 3990.
Restaurant 710, good evening, get in.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase a selection of hot beverages, together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we could be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
So we're going to start to have a look at how we're going to fly this approach. First thing I want to check out is what the weather is doing, just to make sure we're still using the runway I expect to be using, which is 30 right. So winds 350 at 8, yeah, so we're going to be using runway 30 right, and expecting the Met 6 Tango arrival, which we'll have a look at the charts for very soon. And if we now just, I'm going to flip this to plan mode and have a look, turn the airports off there. Okay, so the approach begins at there, the Mend VOR, which you can now just see on the McDo. If I bring the charts out, let's have a look. Okay, so let's see if it all codes in correctly. So we've got Men, we've got a Diva, flight 190 or below, then Rixel. After that we've got Lekla, which is the initial approach fix for runway 12 left, but we're not using that one. After that it's going to be Valag. Let's just scroll down. After Valag it's Gigna. And then from here, normally then,
Charlie Delta, you are direct mail space, not with a flag, military become
I just listened to air traffic control. It would be nice if we could actually add these points in, but I don't think we're going to be able to. I can try. So from Gigna, we should be able to go Pinan and Aztec, but they're actually missing. In fact, it then just brings us almost straight around. To be honest, when I checked this a little bit earlier on, over to Unicom for Easy 29 Charlie Delta. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'll be honest, I completely missed that transfer. I thought he was calling a different flight number. My mistake. So 122.8 over to Unicom now. So let me just get rid of that. So if we scroll down, we've then got a user point there, which is kind of on our way down, and then we've got a very obtuse sort of turn, haven't we? So let's just have a look. Can we actually add? It doesn't like us doing this, does it? But we can try it. Matt Hurst, yeah, I don't want the 6 Echo arrival. Plus 6 Echo arrival is only by ATCs. ATC have to clear you for that. And we're also not landing on that runway. We're landing on runway 30 right. So can we add any waypoints in here? So Gigna, let's have a look, see if we can do Pinham. Will that add it in, or will it mess things up? Oh, it has put it in. So after Gigna, Pinham. After Pinham, can we go to Aztec? This is where having charts is really useful. Ah, right, it's not. Let's pop that in. Let's just see. I mean, even having Pinham there is quite handy. So, what's that giving us? That's put Pinham in there, and that actually is a much nicer approach. Coming in then around. Let me just zoom that out a little bit. There we go. Right, let's insert that then. Now, if we just close that down, if I just pop this out and bring this through here, let's just scroll through the flight plan that we've got now. See what we've got. Yeah, that's okay. That's pretty good. That looks to be coding quite nicely. Close that. Let's have a look then how we're going to pop the airports back on now. Let's have a look and see how we're going to plan our descent. Just open those charts back up. It is a shame it doesn't load the same. Yeah, I think it actually loads Navigraph up every time you close it down, then open it back up again, looking at the way it works. So we want to be below flight level 190 at Adiva. So let's check that out. We can pop that in here. How far are we away? We're 157 miles away from Adiva. We want to lose 20,000 feet. Yeah, we are at 390. We'll lose 20,000 feet. What's the wind doing? We'll keep an eye on that. Very minor tailwind. And then after that, we'll look to descend probably around 70. Start descent 70 miles away. HD, the reason I've not gone for the 6 Echo is just because I think we've got, I think ATC need to be around actually to be able to give you that one. I don't know if it's because they, well, I actually don't know why, to be honest with you. But I don't have a problem flying this one. Takes us nice out over the Mediterranean and then back in and around. There's some extra track miles, granted. I think if you're doing runway 12 left, then it's from Gigna that you're coming to start on the RNP approach. So I think it has to be the 6 Tango, although I think I have seen just a couple of points. You can get vectors from Simar. But the route we've actually got on the navigation display looks really neat and nice at the moment, so I guess while ever it's very temperamental, I'm very much a fan of the if it ain't broke don't fix it brigade. And I think now it's completely black. HD, you normally do the 6 Echo, but then you also normally have air traffic control. Yeah. Don't think I'm going to have that tonight. Wow, that sun's dropped like a stone, hasn't it? It's completely black now. So 200 miles to go. Plenty of time for a chat, and UTC is still saying that we should be there at 6 minutes past 9 UTC time, of course. Well, that is just in a little under half an hour. We'll see how we get on. Is Aztec on the ILS Zulu chart? Actually, that's a really good point. I don't think it is. In which case, what's the other one? Is it Yankee? Bear with me. Oh, that's Gatwick. Forget that. Go away. Probably should have interrogated these a little bit more. No, it's not on the Yankee chart either. I'm wondering if you meant to get there and then usually get vectors. Is it on the VOR chart? No. The MDB? Nope. One would imagine then. See this HD, this is something I've not seen before. Again, it's just saying that it's by air traffic control. So I don't know if you have to be, you have to have ATC vectors, as it's not like an RNAV approach or anything like that. But we'll brief the arrival anyway. So transition altitude is 5,000 feet. Platform altitude is 2,000 feet. Minimum safe altitude as we're coming in is 5,000 feet, and then it changes to 2,900 feet as we head out over the sea. So once we've cleared the land, we can start to descend further. JHOG, when you log onto VATSIM to observe, it connects but nothing shows up ground tower anywhere. If they're not online, nothing will show up, so connect as an observer now and go to Gatwick. It's full. Yeah, so it goes via, there's the initial approach fix, SP, which is also missing on the charts, and I think that's just a navigation database problem in the simulator. It's drawn as a nice line to follow, which we can obviously do that and intercept the ILS, so that should be okay. What's our decision altitude? Runway visual range 750 meters, that's fine. So 216, and the ILS frequency 10855. Good day, am I using scenery from Montpellier? Yes, I have got some scenery popped in there. Hopefully it'll work and not crash the sim. We'll find out when we get there, won't we? And runway elevation is 6 feet, missed approach. Climb straight ahead to 310 feet, then the ILS lock, glide slope. And right, turn to follow, climb 3,000. It is strange that, isn't it? Right, so we need to put the VOR in the RadNav page anyway. But 3,000 feet and a max speed of 185. So let's just minimize that for a second. Let's get some weather, as we're starting to get close now. So we'd be flying the missed approach at... Ooh, we'd fly the missed approach at flaps 2. Looking at that. Maximum's 185. S-speed is 186, so missed approach would be flaps 2. How are we doing with that descent? Oh, we've still got 40 miles to go. Let's print the METAR off, and then we'll enter the information. Maxim, can you fly non-precision approach in managed mode? Yes, you can, using nav FPA, or even track FPA, if required. So QNH is 1018. Temperature 22. Winds 350 at 8. Transition altitude 5,000 feet. And Barrow 216. Okay, that's all set. HD, that'll be about 185 by the time we get on fire, obviously, as we burn a little bit more fuel. So as the max speed is 185, S speed would be 185. Would you still look at opting for flaps 1 and 185? Bear in mind that's obviously a maximum speed. Or would you still play it safe and go flaps 2? So just check that progress page, and we're going to start our descent in about 20 miles time. Certainly had good fun departing Gatwick this evening, and we've had air traffic control for quite a lot of the flight, but I think we're going to be on our own now. I'm just going to flick that to 20 just to check we've got no TCAS. TCAS for VATSIM, I'm not sure about other traffic, but it only works up to 20 miles.
Ladies and gentlemen, take full advantage of your tax-free allowances today and make some amazing savings with our boutique range. In your in-flight brochure, you'll find details of our award-winning selection of gifts, most with massive discounts, some of which are exclusive to you as an Easyjet customer. Make the most of your opportunity to shop and save from the comfort of your seat. If you'd like to see any products, have any questions, or would like to make great savings, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
One of the other things I want to check then is the taxi in. Once we've landed, of course, we need to go what we're doing. I'm not familiar with this airport, I've never been there. So let me just open those charts list, have a look at the actual airport. Oh, have I got them already pinned? There we are. So airport information, once we've landed on 30 right, we're going to be vacating left, either on Victor, that might be pushing it a bit actually, most likely it's going to be Whiskey 1. Any of these that we're not allowed on, 3 and 4, 1, 2 are okay. So just get to the parking stands. Oh, wrong page. That's back at Gatwick, isn't it? So we're going to be looking then at parking likely on one of these Charlie 123s and or Delta 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 around the main terminal. Once we've descended past Diva, we can head down to Rixel, and then from that point we'll start to head down, and I will be using basic guesstimates and threshold distance to work out how far we are away and what descent rate is going to be needed in order to intercept the ILS. Hopefully with a nice managed descent. And it's time to head down. So let's go and start our descent. What was it? Flyover 190, I believe, to begin with. So let's tell the passengers we're on our way down. And set 190.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck once again, you will be delighted to hear that we will shortly be starting our descent.
Thrust idle, open descent, 190 blue.
Start preparing for our arrival. If you could please make sure that all the aisles are clear, the cabin crew are able to make their way around the aircraft without any luggage in the aisles, that would be most appreciated. A reminder for our Easyjet pilot members that free drinks are still available from the cabin crew until the seatbelt signs are turned on. Please note, however, that the toilets will shortly go out of use. Thank you.
So we've got our weather and landing information, that's all being received. FMGC is coded in. Let me just double check. That's a paranoia check. That RadNav page. 10855, that is the right ILS, that's fine. One of the other things I said we needed to pop in there for the missed approach, that was the, oh good lord, how do we pronounce that? Do you know, I'm not even going to bother trying. It's the Foxtrot Juliet Romeo VOR 11445. That is correct. So that's in. And we can now speed up that descent, as I believe we're a little bit under, a little bit above the profile rather at the moment. So the landing elevation is all set. Shouldn't need auto brake, weather's been good. 2,600 meter runway. We've done our arrival brief. We're going to turn the terrain radar on, because there are still some hills to the north of the airfield as we're coming in. We'll set the local QNH now, which is 1018 on the standby. SVG, what time is it in the sim? It's real time in the sim, and remember the ETA time to land 2105 is Zulu time. The fact as well that that VOR is at the airfield can also help with our descent planning. As we can see, we're 85 miles away. That's direct, of course. If you recall, we have to actually fly around and come back in, so we're all right with that. But here is the start of the approach, the Mende VOR. Visibility still looks pretty decent, doesn't it? Don't think we're going to need the ice on. What's the temperature actually? Well, certainly don't need it at the moment. -43. So profile's not looking too bad actually at the moment. 30,000 feet, 77 miles away. But of course, that's not track mileage. SVG, this will be a hand-flown approach. Don't even think it's auto-land approved, this runway. No, it's not. It's just a straight ILS approach. At Leclerc, we should have maximum speed of 250 knots. However, that may be, to be fair, if air traffic control were around, they'd probably disregard that for a little bit. But by Leclerc, we're also going to be below, getting below 10,000 feet, so that's probably quite right. HD, I'm not eating, but I am drinking. I don't want to spill black currant down my nice white shirt, do I? That would look embarrassing walking through the terminal. And I promise it is black currant. It won't be after the flight. HD, you don't even like the floodlights, do you? Just as a one, you prefer pitch black. That's how you like it. I can understand why. Just increase that rate of descent a little bit more. Snake bite? How old do you think I am? 12? Although I do have to go to the local park with the dog after this, so I can see it'd fit in there as well. You go to the local park here if it's too late and you end up coming back high off the fumes. SVG, I'm hoping that it won't twitch to the right. Not the fly-by-wire version anyway. Any twitching that is done is by me and me alone. Just pushing that descent here to get below flight level 190 by a Diva. I'm going to miss that by 1,000 feet, aren't I? What I can't see is any strobe lights of any aircraft that were flying around me. Okay, let's continue down. Let's set flight level 120, open descent, thrust idle, open descent, 120 blue. Kieran, you're very welcome. Hope you've got model matching all sorted out now. I must hold my hands up, it wasn't myself that posted the information there, that was our channel member Nick. So we're inbound Rixel at the moment, then by luck we're going to start slowing our aircraft down. We can't be below flight level 120 by Rixel, we need to make sure we're still above at this point. Oh, HD, I didn't do it. You're quite right. Still need to bring that into my scans. Montpellier traffic Easy29 Charlie Delta on the Met 6 Tango Star over Rixel at 290 knots. What's the stop when the gear goes down? Oh, so runway. The nose lights go to takeoff now as opposed to taxi. It's not new, you've only just noticed it. Jack on Facebook, yeah, anyone can learn how to fly the sim. It just takes a bit of time, a bit of dedication, but anyone can do it. This is going to be interesting. I can see who I presume to be Dark Fury just there. I'm just going to play with this a minute. If I set that to above, does he disappear? He does! Nice. Another reason why we need to start remembering to set that to below. Okay, let's start winding that speed back. 250. Right, so 120. I'm going to get the seatbelt signs on now, then we'll continue sorting out this descent. So, approach checklist. Minimums are set 216. Engine mode select normal. Electronic flyback is stowed. We've briefed our approach.
The captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. If you could please return to your seats
And we've got about 35, 40, probably about 40 track miles to go. So, given the minimum safe altitude, I'm going to select 5,000 feet. Thrust idle, open descent, and set local pressure 1018. 5,000 blue. We're on our way down. Daniel, you've been here in the real world and it was the worst airport you've ever landed in. Oh, don't put people off, not yet. Oh, where are you going, you daft aircraft? That's just past the DSL point, hasn't it? So, come back. And insert that. And that's back towards Gignat. Let's just go heading and nav just to solidify that green line. There we are. I'm probably going to have to use heading mode to bring me around onto the final ILS approach because I don't fancy doing this. Coming down to 10,000 feet, so landing lights. And just looking as well, probably a little bit below the that profile. So let's select 300, 1500, 14. Let's select 13 for now. 1300 feet per minute on our way down. HD, at least I no longer say what's it doing now. I just know. You just know it's going to do it. Oh, it's done it again. Right, you know what? Heading mode it is. And we can see Montpellier Airport just there. Can we go pin on it? Looks like it might want to. Oh no, do you know what? I'm just going to leave it. Would be getting ATC vectors, most likely, if we were here in the real world. So. We'll make a call when we're being pimming on. Ron flying, you landed at Montpellier. The landing was okay, but there was no parking for GA aircraft, really? So you had to continue to the next airport for overnight. How annoying. I hope they gave you some free fuel to compensate for the inconvenience. What I can do as well is almost extend that track mileage as well, because it is quite a short turn to final, that. So once we're being pin on, we'll tidy up our approach a little bit. I also don't want to cut in too early, because it looks like I've got Dark flying the full published approach. He must not have messed around with his flight plan like I did. That'll teach me.
Montpellier traffic, Virgin 15 Alpha is making a left-hand turn to intercept the ILS.
So keep an eye on him on TCAS. We'll
going
go past
down
him.
to 180
We'll
knots until 4 DME.
We'll make our left turn. Montpellier traffic, easy 29 Charlie Delta is now being pin on, and we've got the Virgin on TCAS in front of us. So nice to be able to see that and say that as well. Okay, so let's continue down to 3,000 feet. Let's just wind that descent rate up a little bit. And we can begin slowing down a little bit more.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be stowed, armrest down, and window blind open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, or magazines that you do not want to take with you. The toilets are no longer in service.
So Kieran, 9 times out of 10 VATSIM controls will pick you off the published approach and give you vectors to final to intercept the ILS. You rarely fly the full published approach, just because they're really there for traffic separation. So if they're really busy, you'll fly the full approach, but if not, then If you're not busy, you'll just be told to you basically get a shortcut. Captain McGee, it's the sim itself that causes those issues. So there we can see the airfield, and there we can see the traffic in front of us. And we'll start configuring in a little while. You can see we're currently 9 miles away. That glide slope's now starting to come up to meters. And I've just heard that dreaded Windows sound. Don't like the sound of that. Does that mean I've just unplugged something unwittingly? Sincerely hope not. Guess we'll find out if I try to turn left or right in a minute and nothing happens. So, do we have a visual with the that aircraft? I can't see any strobe lights. We're at Alt Star, 3,000 feet. The other problem I've got at the moment is if a controller has just become disconnected, which would be very frustrating, then plugging one in can sometimes crash the sim. Okay, so he's 1,000 feet below us, so we should be good to start slowing down and making our left base turn. Oh, HD, you joke about that, but I've I've got them on charge behind me.
Montpellier traffic version 15 Alpha is established on the localizer and also established for the ILS 30 right.
I'm very surprised I cannot see dark strobe lights anywhere. Anyway, let's do some configuring. So, flaps 1, speed check. Flaps 1.
Traffic again from 710 speed and traffic or left down to the side, traffic.
And let's go flaps 2, set 180 knots. So, flaps 2. .180 knots. 30 miles out. Ah, I can see him. There he is. Oh, he's miles away. So. Let's just bring that angle in a little bit more so it's not quite A 90-degree intercept, we don't want that. $12 out. Glide slope's coming down, so we can set the platform 2000. And speed 700 feet per minute, 2000 blue. Brightness of that terrain radar. Let's turn that down a little bit. Montpellier traffic, easy 29 Charlie Delta on base leg for runway 30 right. Alton Lock blue. Radio altimeter is alive. Lock star. Approach autopilot 2. Altitude glide slope blue. Lock star cat 3 dual autopilot 1 and 2. Just ding the cabin crew now. Eight and a half miles out. Montpellier traffic, easy 29 Charlie Delta, established runway 30 right, 8 miles. And glide slope is alive. Flaps 2 is set. Start to reduce our speed 160 knots.
Montpellier traffic, runway vacated. Region 15 Alpha.
Runway is vacated, so we're next to land. Glide slope start. Set missed approach 3,000 feet. Manage speed now. And at 6 miles, gear, spoilers, lights. Make sure that's turned all the way on. Flaps 3, speed check, flaps 3.
Montpellier traffic Alpha 710 turning left base to runway 30.
And flaps full. Landing checklist. Cabin secured for landing. Auto thrust speed, go around altitude 3000 set. ECAM memo landing, no blue. And that wind is 21 knots coming over from the right, so we need to just be aware of that as we come down. And 1,000 feet. Try and get a decent viewpoint before disconnecting the autopilot. There we go. Autopilot 1 and 2 disengaged. I have control. Cat 1. That wind is starting to reduce now. Just keeping an eye on that glide slope. About 700 feet per minute. 500 feet, approach stable.
400. 300.
Just watch as we lost that glide slope a little bit, raise that nose. Track those that centre line.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
And spoilers deployed. Reverses on. A little bit to the right of that centre line as we touched down there, wasn't we? 70 knots, reverses off. And we'll vacate left in a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls or internet access may now be used. Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you,
runway.
checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat and in the overhead lockers. Do take care when opening the lockers in case anything falls out. Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area.
Montpellier traffic, runway 30 right,
On behalf of the
vacated.
captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your Easyjet journey. For the latest news, promotions, flight and destination information, check out our official Facebook page, Twitter or Easyjet app.
So, down here and then to the right for the terminal. And as I said a little bit earlier on the stream, this is a handcrafted airport as well. Available free from flightsim.to. A left just here, stand Delta 3, and one of the things I do like about handcrafted airports is at night time the lighting is far better. And there we go. Let's get the parking brakes on. I can now put the lights back on. See what we're doing. APU is up and running. We can shut down engine 1 and shut down engine 2. Wait for the logbook. There it is. Oh, bit of a bump in the old taxiway just there. Watch seeing that fuel truck nearly flip over. That's interesting. Just turn that push button off as well. Let's get the ground crew down. And we want baggage to come as well. Have we got any sort of catering, any ground power unit? I don't think we have. That's a shame. Never mind. In that case, let's get the external power connected. We can then turn the APU off. And do we have a... No, I was going to say, did we have any sort of stairs, but I don't think we've got that either. Never mind. Well, either way. We can now... Seatbelt signs off. Beacon signs can come off. And we can thank everybody for flying with Easyjet.
Cabin crew, safety disarm the doors. Thank you.
Ah, and there we go, Montpellier for the second time of trying. Oh, we have got ground vehicles now. Not quite sure why they were worrying about. Well, let's just make it look a little bit more realistic, shall we? We got the catering and the baggage; they can start moving as well. Right, so it took us a couple of attempts, didn't it? But we finally made it. A big thank you to everyone who has watched the stream this evening, and those of you as well that have flown alongside me on VATSIM. Always great to have you guys on board for that. Big thank you to those that have donated and contributed through the stream as well, and of course, as always, to the Easyjetsimpilot channel members. No stream tomorrow as I'm spending a day out with the family, hopefully somewhere a lot drier than Cleethorpes was the other day. So no flight tomorrow, I'm afraid. That's daytime or nighttime. The next stream will be on Tuesday, so really looking forward to that one. Big thanks as always to all of you guys for watching. The channel membership is really growing at an unbelievable rate currently, and you know, I think I'm just going to double check this whilst we're here. I don't think we're too far off. I think we're 15 subscribers off 12,000, which is just unbelievable, isn't it? So big thanks to each and every one of you. I look forward to seeing you all on the next stream. If you're looking for tutorial videos, check out the channel. There are many of those on here. Big thanks to HD for, as usual, for all his guidance and questions answered. I look forward to seeing you all on the next flight. Good night, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself, the captain, the first officer and the crew, I'd like to thank you once again for choosing to fly with Easyjet today. If you would like to become a member of the Easyjetsimpilot channel, please ask a member of the cabin crew, or simply click the red join button to find out about all the extra perks that are available when becoming a channel member. We wish you a safe and pleasant journey from the airport, and we hope you have a great day to come. Thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you on the next flight. Bye-bye.